guys, what is going on? Blossom is back and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video because I spent the entire afternoon trying to make this and I find this very fun. Like, if I was watching this video, I would find this kind of video very fun to watch. So I really hope that you enjoy this concept. It's kind of a one and done. I don't think I'll be doing another one of these, but welcome to the Update Olympics. So yesterday's video, I was comparing the best car from World Expo in terms of the main statistic, okay? Well, today we're taking that one up a notch. We're basically taking every best car that represents each of the 9 last major updates and see which update brought the strongest cars in terms of the main statistics. Now, one thing I need to mention, I even wrote this down because I totally didn't know how to say this off script, because most of my videos, well, not all my videos are off script. This thing, most of the basic comparisons are barely useful. What I'm trying to say here is that what you see here, even though a car might end up being the best, like this is the best car because it has the highest top speed, it doesn't mean that that is the best car to use for the test poll, if that makes sense. This is more of a fun video than an informational video. If you want an informational video, we will wait for the Blossom choices. There are some good things to take from this, but don't take this as a Blossom choice. These might be the best cars in terms of each rarity, in terms of their statistic, but it doesn't mean that they're necessarily the best car to use in a situation where you think maybe top speed or handling might be the best in, okay? Hopefully that made sense. But yeah, basically I had to write that down because I didn't know how to explain it. Most basic of comparisons are rarely useful, or the most basic of comparisons are rarely useful, if that makes sense. But anyway, guys, these are all the competitors that we have today. World Expo all the way to American Dream. So let us begin. So we're gonna start off with the commons, all right? And of course we're gonna start with the top speed. So let us go. I think I told you guys how I'm gonna be doing the scoring. For the scoring, basically only top 3 positions are gonna take it, right? So 1, 2, 3. If you are in first place, you get 3 points. If you are in second place, you get 2 points. And if you're in third place, you get 1 point. Did I say that right? Yeah, first place 3, second place 2, third place 1 point. Anything below that, you get 0 points. And obviously, I'll tally up the scores at the end. So, we're starting off with commons in terms of top speed. We have the Bristol Zagato and the Alfa Romeo 2600 tied. Now, both of these cars tie on the test poll as well. I think they both hit 131 miles per hour, something like that. Now, I know what you're saying, guys. What do you mean? Like, it's 130. How did they hit 131? Obviously, these are stock. But when you max them out and they go in the test poll, they kind of tie. But the Bristol Zagato, I'm going to say, takes first place because it has that lower 0 to 60. It is going to beat the Alfa Romeo on the quarter mile and the half mile. Not the 1 mile, surprisingly, but they tie in the test poll. So I'm going to give first place to the Bristol Zagato. Second is going to go to the Alfa Romeo, and the Jaguar XK 140 is coming in third place. So obviously we have Italy first and Britain second so far. Now, obviously, if they are the same stats, like in 0 to 60, if they have the same stats, I will go for the car that beats the other car in a drag situation, if that makes sense. All right, second competition, the 0 to 60. Who wins? It is once again Italian Renaissance taking the 3 points. The Alfa Romeo Spider Veloce is the lowest 0 to 60 uncommon in the game with 8.6 seconds, and it is the lowest from Italian Renaissance. Next up, it's the Dodge Aspen Hybrid, also at 8.6 seconds, but if you put these two cars on the drag, the Alfa Romeo Spider is going to beat the Aspen any day of the week. However, in second place, we do have the Dodge representing American Frontier. In third place, we bring back the Bristol Zagato at 8.7 seconds. In fourth is going to be the Renault Fuego Turbo, the BMW 507, all the way down to the Volvo 360 GLT. And I just want to let you know, you can pay attention to the bottom if you like, because there are a lot of German Renaissance and European Revolution. Like German Renaissance and European Revolution and German Renaissance are like the weakest performers here. I want to show you how bad they actually are. Okay, next up is the competition for the MRA. And once again, we have Italian representation, but not in first this time. In second place is the Italian Fiat 8V Supersonic with an MRA of 65.99. And in first place is the Jaguar XK 140 with an MRA of 68.78. This also means that the Jaguar, well, that doesn't necessarily mean that the Jaguar has the highest MRA, but in terms of, well, no, it does. It actually does. No, yeah, the Jaguar has the highest MRA of all commons, at 68.78. And in third place is the Renault Fuego Turbo, representing French Renaissance at 64.05. Then we have the battle of the handling, where the first place car, surprise, surprise, represents Japan. Of course, with the Suzuki Cappuccino representing JPT. So JPT gets its first 3 points from the Suzuki Cappuccino. We also have the Pontiac Firebird in second place, which is kind of strangely cropped. That was my bad. But the Pontiac Firebird takes all 2 points with 76 handling. Obviously, it is tied with the Cappuccino, but in a twisty setting, the Suzuki Cappuccino is going to be the better car. Therefore, it takes the gold. And then the Opel GT comes in third place, representing Germany and Great Exhibition with 75 handling. Once again, the lowest performing cars here are going to belong to German Renaissance and Italian Renaissance. Okay, moving on now. So these are the standings as everything stands. Here are the placements so far. Italian Renaissance is first place with 8 points. Great Exhibition is second place with 5 points, and the World Expo is third place with 4 points. Now, guys, I want you guys to comment down below who you think is going to win this entire competition and which update you are rooting for. Obviously, for me, my favorite update right now is World Expo. To be honest, I really like World Expo, so I'm really hoping World Expo is going to win. But I know who wins. It might be World Expo. It might not be. Also, I want to mention I'm at 9,910 subscribers at the time of making this video. So I'm just about 90 subscribers away from the big 10K. So if you guys really beat me to 10K, all my cash and all my gold is going to be spent. Anyway, moving on to the uncommon competition now. It's going to be the same thing: top speed, 0 to 60, MRA, and handling. So, obviously for top speed, we have the Italians going strong once again with the Maserati Mexico with 158 miles per hour. Then we have the Aston Martin V8 Volante at 150, and then in third place, we have the American Dodge Challenger TA with 146 miles per hour. The bottom positions once again goes to the BMW 635 as well as the Nissan Silvia. Now, I know that the BMW and the Ford Mustang have the same MRA, but when it comes to the drags, the Mustang is going to beat the BMW any day of the week. But yeah, the Maserati Mexico, one thing I need to tell you about this is the best car on the test bowl for uncommons, so that is one thing that you can take away. The other example will be the Aston Martin V8 Volante. The Aston Martin V8 Volante is in second place. Does that mean that it's the second best uncommon to use in the test bowl? Perhaps, but not in the drag. Definitely not in the drag. So, like I said, this is more of a fun video than an informational video. Okay, moving on. 0 to 60 competition. In first place, yes, representing the US of A, it's the Dodge Coronet Super B with a 5.8 second 0 to 60. And in second place, also representing the US of A, so we have American Dream and American Frontier in the top 2 spots, is the Dodge D100 with a 6 second 0 to 60. In third place is going to be the Aston Martin once again at 6.7, and in the last 2 spots is going to be European Revolution with the Di Tommaso and the Peugeot 406 Coupe from the French Renaissance. And then we talk about the game of MRA, and this one is, well, this one's pretty one-sided. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. The Oldsmobile Starfire is absolutely insane, representing once again my home country of the US of A, 92.87, absolutely ridiculous stats. Ridiculous MRA. Does that mean that it's the best dragster to use for the uncommons? Absolutely not, but at least it has the best MRA. Then we have the Aston Martin DB6 at 82.25, and then the Lancia Straight as Zero at 80.61. And then we talk about handling, and in first place is again an American car. All of the uncommons, it was a clean sweep from the US of A. I'm really proud to see that. We won every single thing, I think, besides top speed. Only top speed was the Italians that took the bag. Nissan is in second place, really crazy stuff, with 79 handling, representing JPT, and then the Chrysler Laser represents third place from American Dream with 78 handling. In last place is the absolutely atrocious Volvo 440, a standard tire car with 71 handling. That is how bad European Revolution is in terms of variety, that their best handling car is a standard tire medium ground clearance Volvo with 71. That is bad. That is horrendous. Anyway, the standings right now, we have American Dream moving up the ranks up to 7 points, Great Exhibition up to 10 points, and Italian Renaissance still in the lead with 12 points as we move on to the battle of the rares. So for the rares, in terms of top speed, we have World Expo taking the cake with the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR with 176 for top speed. In second place is the Maserati Bora with 174, overtaking the Ghibli SS, and in third place is the American Ford Torino Talladega at 165 miles per hour. The bottom 2 positions once again is going to be the Volkswagen Scirocco and the Nissan Silvia. Now up to this point, I think only 2 updates have not gotten podium positions, and that is European Revolution and German Renaissance. Alright, Moving on now to 0 to 60, we have an American clean sweep once again in the top 2 positions, the Ford Ranchero with a 4.90 to 60, and the Plymouth GTX with a 5.3. We have the Abarth Simca coming in at 3rd place with a 5.40 to 60, and in last place is the German Renaissance Volkswagen Polo GTI at a very depressing 6.70 to 60, even losing to the RQ30 Renault Twizy F1, which used to be an uncommon. Alright, moving on to MRA, boys. In first place, we have the Italians coming back on top with the Maserati Bora at 91.36 MRA. Ridiculous. Then we have the Aston Martin Virage at 90.93, and then the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am from American Dream, 84.31. And as for handling, the best car is indeed the Opel GT, representing Germany and Great Exhibition, and in second place is the American Frontier Dodge Demon Roadster at 83 handling, and in third place is the World Expo Audi TT at 82. In last place once again is European Revolution, very bad showing from the update so far with 77 handling. Yikes. Alright, the standings so far: Italian Renaissance at 18 points, Great Exhibition at 15 points, and American Frontier closing the gap at 13 points. Now we move on to the battle of the Super Airs. Let me know if your favorite team is in the lead or is coming up the ladder. Alright, coming up is the top speed battle, and we have the BMW H2R, finally German Renaissance getting onto the score sheet, because up to this point, German Renaissance didn't have a single point, but now they take all 3 with the BMW H2R with a top speed of 188 miles per hour. In second place is the American Plymouth Superbird, representing American Dream with 185, and then we have the Aston Martin DB AR1, also at 185, representing Great Exhibition. You put the Aston Martin and the Plymouth Superbird together on the drags, and the Superbird is going to win. And then with the Lamborghini Miura Roadster, which is your Super Air Test Bowl king with the best MRA, but not the highest of top speeds, but very close. And in last place is the Infiniti G37 with only a very sad 155 miles per hour. Okay, moving on to 0 to 60 now. American Dream takes the cake with the Pontiac Trans Am 20th anniversary with its most recent buff. 4.60 to 60 is ridiculous for this car. Second place is the Lancia D24 Pininfarina at 4.7 seconds, and in third place is the Aston Martin DB3S at 48. Just missing podium place is my favorite car of all time, representing American Frontier. It's the 1969 Charger, coming in at 4.80 to 60, tied with the DB3S. The problem is when you put the Charger and the DB3S together, unfortunately the DB3S actually beats the Charger because it has 88 MRA to the Dodge Charger's, I think, 82. And then in last place is indeed the Renault R21, representing French Renaissance with a very sad 5.80 to 60. Now we talk about MRA, baby. MRA first place is going to be the Miura Roadster, the Test Bowl king for the Super Bowl category. Super Bowl? The Test Bowl king for the MRA category. I don't know why I thought of Super Bowl. 99.23, absolutely insane. The BMW 640D coming in with 89.43, and then the Aston Martin DB3S, as I said earlier, was 88.42. Then in terms of handling, in first place is the British-made Lotus Elise Sprint at 88 handling, and second place is going to be the Renault Sport Clio Cup car, also at 88, but the Elise Sprint is the slightly better car. And then we have the Lotus Elise Club Racer, representing World Expo, with 87, and in last place is the Italian Renaissance car, the Alfa Romeo Tipo 33, only at 79, not even 80, which is really sad, with the Volkswagen Scirocco as well, only at 81. Now the standings at the end of the Super Air categories, with Italian Renaissance still first place, by the way, with 23 points, Great Exhibition with 21, and American Dream with 15 points. Alright, moving on to the Ultra Rares, the battle of the Ultra Rares. In terms of top speed, we have Great Exhibition taking the cake with the Bulldog with 191 miles per hour. In second place is the Roof BTR with 190 miles per hour, and in third place is the American Frontier Dodge Challenger SRT 392 at 187. Just missing the mark is the Spiker with 186, and I want to tell you this right now. We are now at the Ultra category, and this is really sad, by the way. European Revolution still has 0 points. 0. Zero. Like, not a single European Revolution car has made a podium finish so far. This is the strongest finish they've had, and it's freaking fourth. World Expo is going to be fifth with the Mercedes, and in last place, obviously, is the Peugeot 308 with only 155 miles per hour represented. Moving on is going to be the 0 to 60. In first place is the World Expo AC Cobra, and then the British-made Jaguar XKR, both with 3.9 and 4.0 0 to 60 respectively. In third place is going to be the Peugeot 306 Maxi, and there you go, guys. That is the first time a European Revolution car has made it onto the score sheet with a 4.0 0 to 60 from the Peugeot Maxi. In fifth place is going to be the Suzuki C2, fourth place is the Charger Scat Pack, and in last place is we have made an error. It's still a French Renaissance car. Don't get me wrong. Every update is represented here. I know that the French Renaissance car is just really sad, and for some reason I think I accidentally deleted it or something. I think it was the Renault Desire, and the Renault Desire has a 0 to 60 of 5.5 seconds. Yeah, don't worry, I know the car isn't represented, but it was not going to make a podium finish anyway. Alright, moving on to the MRA. In first place once again is the Bulldog. The Bulldog has now taken 6 points from an available 12 just from its amazing top speed and MRA at 100.89. Second place is the Maserati 250F, which I fused away. Now it's actually kind of hurts because like ultra rares you can max the car out, but as an epic that car was useless, and I mean it went down to ultra rare, so that speaks for itself. But yeah, 99 MRA is a strong car, to be fair. Yeah, I kind of wish I had that now, huh? And then we have the Spiker C8 La Violet at 95.86. So we have Great Exhibition with 3 points, Italian Renaissance with 2, and European Revolution with 1. Alright, moving on to handling. The best handling car goes to JPT. Of course, it has to be a Japanese car. The Nissan Primera with 90 stock. That is a 100 handling ultra rare. Absolutely ridiculous. Second place is the Lotus Elise Cup 250 with 89 handling stock and 99 max. And then we have the World Expo Zenus E10 with 88 handling. The worst handling car goes to the Abarth 030 and or the Chevrolet Camaro SS, both with a stock handling count of 85. Now the standings at the end of the ultra rare, the Great Exhibition cars has taken the lead over the Italian Renaissance cars because of the frickin' Aston Martin Bulldog carrying the update. Great Exhibition now stands at 31 points, Italian Renaissance at 25 points, and World Expo at 16 points. Now we move on to the big boys, the epics, and in terms of top speed, World Expo takes the cake with 269 miles per hour in the Audi Auto Union Streamliner. Wrong picture according to what a lot of people said from yesterday's video. And then we have the Roof CTR Yellowbird representing German Renaissance with 213, and the American Frontier Ford GT40 also at 213. Now, although the Roof CTR Yellowbird and the GT40 have the same top speed, the Yellowbird is going to beat the GT40 at any drag situation, so the Yellowbird gets the second place and the extra point. The worst performing car here, and the only car not to hit 200 miles per hour or more, is the French Renaissance DS Servolt at 162 miles per hour. Yikes. Alright, moving on, 0 to 60. Top 3 is going to be the World Expo AC Cobra at 3.2 seconds, the JPT Nissan Leaf at 3.2 seconds, and the Aston Martin Vanquish S at 3.3. Really sad, because if the Aston Martin Vanquish S wasn't bumped down, the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat would have taken third place, and I would have liked that because now I've been, robbed of 2 podium finishes for my Chargers, one in the Super Air category and now in the Epic category as well. The worst performing car once again is French Renaissance, is the Renault Trésor, a 4-wheel drive car at 3.9 seconds. Other cars include the Charger Juice representing Frontier, BMW M4 representing German Renaissance, the Miura SVJ on Italian Renaissance, and the Donkavort D8270 representing European Revolution. And then we talk about MRA. We got some heavy hitters over here. We have the Yellowbird in first place with 106.06, the Diablo VT in second place with 105. See, once again, like I said, this isn't a super informational video, right? Because in second place, you think that the Diablo VT will be a really strong car. It's absolutely hot garbage. Even with that MRA, that 0 to 60 is just trash, and the handling is trash. And then we have the Ford GT40 race car at 104.5 MRA. I know what you're thinking, guys. The Farbout GTS. How is the Farbout GTS not here, considering that is one of the best epic, if not the best, it is the best epic dragster. Well, here's the thing, guys. The Farbout GTS has a stock MRA of 104.5 104.48. The GT40 has 104.5. So yeah, American Frontier got that 1 point just slightly. Okay, moving on to handling. This one is going to shock you. I want you guys to guess what car from what country, from what update has the best handling. You ready? It's American. Let's freaking go, boys. It's the Ford Mustang GT4, the highest handling epic with 94 stock. You gotta love to see it. In second place is the World Expo and German Porsche 911 GT3 Touring at 92 handling. And then in third place is the Renault Sport Laguna, also at 92. In fact, there are a lot of 92s over here. It's a four-way tie, but the Porsche has the best MRA and the lowest 0 to 60 and the highest top speed, and it has performance tires, so it can actually be deployed in the rain. But yeah, we got 4 92s. We have the Renault with 92, the Nissan with 92, the Volkswagen with 92, and then we have the Porsche 911 with the 92 as well. But as you can see, they're ranked by their 0 to 60s as well: 3.7, 4.5, 4.6, and 5.0. And then we have the Lotus Exige Cup at 91, the Alfa Romeo BTCC at 91, the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 at 90, and the Peugeot 208 T16 RQ67, by the way, at 90 handling stock, representing European Revolution. I gotta love to see it, man. The American Frontier Mustang beat out everything else you see. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyway, the standings right now: Great Exhibition still in first place with 32, but you know, closing the gap is Italian Renaissance with 27 and World Expo with 24 points. And then we move on to our final category, the one where our leaders, Great Exhibition, is actually the weakest in. This is where European Revolution will kind of make a comeback. Anyway, top speed for legendaries. In first place is, of course, the European Revolution Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute with a top speed of 330 miles per hour. In second place is the American built Hennessy Venom F5 with 311 miles per hour, representing World Expo. And then with the Bugatti Chiron Sport at 261 miles per hour from French Renaissance. The lowest car, nice to see that every car has gone over 200 miles per hour, is the Ford GTX1 at only 210 miles per hour. Then we move on to 0 to 60, and in first place is once again the European Revolution Koenigsegg Chimera. Once again, European Revolution has taken 6 out of 6 maximum points so far. Second place is the American Dream Capo Camaro at 2.1 points, and in third place is the Porsche Mission R Concept at also 2.1 points. 2.10 to 60. And last place is unfortunately American Frontier. The best car that is represented in that update is the ACRX, which is only 3.2 for its 0 to 60. And look at that, isn't that crazy? In second to last place is the frickin' Bugatti Chiron Sport at 2.4 seconds. How far the car has fallen. What is even crazier is that before the Bugatti Chiron Sport, every car you see before it didn't exist besides the Capo Camaro. The Chimera, the Porsche, the IDR, the Lancia, the Escudo, all these cars came after French Renaissance. So the Bugatti Chiron was second at one point, and now it's second to last. Alright, now let's talk about MRA. In first place is the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute at 121.22, and then we have the Volkswagen IDR Pikes Peak at 119.05. Now, why the asterisk next to 119.05? Because if you max out the Volkswagen Pikes Peak, it has an MRA of 131. Also, it also has an asterisk next to it because it's the only figure for MRA I took from Top Drive's records. Every other MRA figure I took from Top Drive's club, but Top Drive's club didn't have the stock MRA of the IDR, so I took it from I took it from Top Drive's records, where if it was max, it would have an MRA of 131, but if it was stock, it had an MRA of 119. Like, it's a huge difference, but you can check it out if you want on Top Drive's records. Obviously, I don't own the car, so I can't test it myself, but 119.05 is the stock MRA, so it's in second place. And then with the Bugatti Chiron Sport in third place with 115.42. Moving on now is the Battle of the Handling, and this is the last battle before we get to our final standings. And as you can see here, the Volkswagen IDR Pikes Peak takes first place with 100 stock, the Peugeot 905B at 99, and the Mercedes-Benz C11 at 98. Followed by the Mercedes are 4 cars all tied for 97, from the Zonda all the way to the Renault. And then we have the 2 American cars that are last. I mean, this one made sense, I guess. We have the SCG at 96 and the Dodge Viper SRT10 at 95. So let's get to our final standings in the 9 cars in the 9 updates that represented this update Olympics. Did your favorite team win? Did your favorite team lose? Let's check it out. So, in 9th place is French Renaissance with a measly 8 points. That is really sad. The only cars that got points for French Renaissance, I believe, was the Clio Cup car, the Bugatti Chiron Sport, and the Renault Fuego. I think that was it. In 8th place is JPT with 10 points, and in 7th place is European Revolution with 11 points. Not bad, to be fair. When you think about it, I think 9 points for European Revolution came in the final stage from the Koenigseggs. Before that, I think European Revolution only had 2 points, so they made a pretty decent comeback, going from 9th to 7th. Let's talk about the next 3 positions. Tied for 5th is going to be American Dream and German Renaissance, both of them coming in at 17 points. And in 4th place is the American Frontier update with 19 points. And now let's talk about the top 3. Who are the winners of the Top Drives Update Olympics in terms of main statistics? In 3rd place is Italian Renaissance with 27 points. In 2nd place is the very new World Expo with 28 points. And in 1st place is, of course, what many people consider to be the best update of all time. And as you can see, it's 1st place here for a reason, by quite some margin, with 32 points. So guys, that is going to conclude the first ever, and might be the only, Update Olympics. Congratulations for great exhibition. You have definitely withstood the test of time. 32 points, that is very, very, very impressive. Obviously with cars represented from the United Kingdom and Deutschland. In 2nd place, obviously it's a mix of everything, right? We had, the American Hennessy's, we had whatever Germany brought to the table, we had whatever the UK and Italian cars brought to the table. I just remember the Hennessy's. But anyway guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys have a great day. Let's get to 10K subscribers. I can feel it. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville
Pontiac.
Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville
Atlantic.
Blonde hair, don't care, look like Leslie Brooks. Pin up girls everywhere with the drop dead look. Swing it side to side as we slow down.